Hi everyone and welcome to 14 Days of Soulmate Valentines. My name is Gail D'Souza and I'm a love coach. I hope all of you are starting to register and record all those elements of love that's happening into your life, and you've been present and attending all these different lessons to understand and know about a soulmate love and opening your hearts and potentially even attracting your soulmate into your life. So today, for those who are still wanting to know and understand what a soulmate, I'm going to start with this one. Is who is my soulmate? So how do you know who is your soulmate? Especially in the early days when everyone is starting in a relationship, as I say, they have goggle glasses and everything is hunky dory with the person. But as time goes on and you start regulating your life and getting back to normal from the early stages of the honeymoon period, uh, then sometimes this is the time where you get to understand whether the person is right for you. And more often, some people, because of the insecurity about love, they may end up just staying with someone to be with someone, and you don't want to be that. So let's get you armed before you start this process of understanding who is your soulmate. For those who have actually had experience in being in relationships and gone through different dating scenarios, you probably built up a recorded history of what you don't like. And so all these don't likes, for example, if the person was argumentative in the relationship, or you felt that they weren't understanding you, well, you know that you'll want to make sure on your list is that your soulmate doesn't argue and who really understands your ways and thoughts about life. So these are the things to look out. You may even look at the equals. Some people are successful women may want their partners to be equal to them, and not for them to be as sponging off their wealth. Or it could be the opposite. Once again, a man doesn't want a gold digger in his life. So looking at all these different things in a relationship. So you don't want them to be abusive. You don't want them to be liars, because that effectively is not anything to do with soulmate relationships. So go in detail with the list, because the list, it will give you a clear understanding of what you do want in a relationship. For those who have been married, and just coming out of a marriage and now a bit fearful about the dating world, this list will help you, especially when you know the things that you didn't like in the marriage, that going forward you want to attract the person who's right for you based on the combination that was right, what was right in the marriage, along with what you don't want, and put the opposite for the don't wants to make build up your list. If you've also had children, you want that person that's coming into your life to adore your children equally as much as what they do you. More often people will just be looking for their own initial wants in a relationship, and they forget to think, how the children are going to be receptive to this new partner. So take this into a consideration, especially if the children are young, because you want this next person to be a good father, mother, a role model in your life. For those who in the early days of relationship, as I say, will have the goggle glasses on when it comes to dating, may be wanting the relationship and sometimes come at it at a desperate level. So they're meeting someone and they just, as I say, the nickel stick goes ping, and they enter into a relationship where they've, having sex and intimacy, and then all of a sudden that may be fun and active in the early stages, but then that tends to fizzle out, and you realize that you just more were looking more of the physical sexual attributes of that relationship, and not the other parts of the commitment, the respecting you, the values, understanding what you want and what they want in a relationship. So You want to make sure you get it right with who your soulmate is. So add these things into the list. For those who have cultural beliefs, values, that you don't have sex before marriage, you have to have that connection there, in that you are attracted to this person, and all these early stages when you get to know them, the qualities of the life, the beliefs, the moral values, whether you want children, whether you don't want children, whether you want to just cohabit, all these things you need to really write that down to ensure that you are attracting the person that's right with you. And sometimes for those who have arranged marriages, sit down and speak to your family and say to them, especially if you can have a say into these relationships, and just have that desire that that you're going to be meeting with your soulmate. I mean, I have had incident where a chap said, "Oh, I trust my father's values, my parents' values. They're going to make the decisions right." Got married, had a child, and then all of a sudden the parents' values weren't the same as the couple's values, and once again the parents ended up choosing incorrectly. So have an input. This is the person you want to spend the rest of your life and bring children up, or experiencing, exploring the world. So this list is so important, and also it helps the vibration to ensure that you are attracting the right person to understand who is your soulmate. So hopefully you're all enjoying this loving time, this loving spirit energy, and hold true that your soulmate is out there waiting for you, and just be a bit more clear and get clarity of who they are, and that this is why the list helps. Thank you ever so much, Gail D'Souza, love coach, and enjoy the love that's all around. Thank you.